Hey everybody, come on in. We're gonna get started on TikTok. All right, everybody, come on in, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's weekend. This is going to be a team sweet stream. So this is for the lovers. For the lovers of chocolate, come on in, everybody. We are going to make some protein blondies today. Have I ever made this before? No. Has it ever stopped us? No. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. I make food and femininity content, and another recipe came across my feed that I wanted to recreate with you all today. So I'm going to show you the video, and then we are going to get started. Come on in, everybody. Hello, Paul. Thank you all so much for being here. Hello to Jurgen. If you like this stream, you can tap on it and let everybody know that this is good content. Okay, so let me show you all the video.
Blondies like this before. These are, I promise you've never made blondies like this before. These are my cookie dough protein blondies, and it's loaded with protein and fiber. They stay soft and gooey on the inside, and it's not made with any flour. Don't freak out, but the secret ingredient is chickpeas. With a little maple syrup, almond butter, and vanilla extract. You'll blend it until it's super smooth like this. And we'll get another 25 grams of protein by adding 1 scoop of the Flav City vanilla cream protein smoothie. Along with a little baking soda, that's the batter, and we'll add the chocolate chips, fold them in, and pour it into your baking dish. After just 20 minutes in the oven, I top with a few extra chocolate chips and sea salt. I promise you've never made.
All right, you all. So we are going to make this recipe. If you heard, the secret ingredient is chickpeas. I don't think I've ever had chickpeas in a dessert before, but I'm your substitute teacher because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. So we're going to try and recreate this recipe. I have the ingredients, and I'm going to walk you all through together. Make sure you are subscribed to foodtalktv.com. and Food Talk TV on TikTok, the home of the longest running live cooking show on TikTok. We have 2 likes. Let's see if we can get up to double digits. Maybe we can get to 2 digits. Thank you all for liking the live stream. And this is going to be a great recipe if you have a sweet tooth, but you are gluten-free. Gluten comes from wheat. So if you like the dough, but it doesn't love you back, let's see if we can make a sweet treat with chickpeas. Now, in full transparency, when I actually looked up this recipe, you have to let these blondies sit for like an hour. I'm not doing that. So we'll see if we can put them in the freezer or the fridge while I do another surprise for you all and see how we like it. All right. So come on in, everybody. Let me go ahead and put this down here, and then we are going to get started. Hello, Gilchrist. Come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome. Thank you, Jeanette, for liking the lives. We're already at 400 likes. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and it's Valentine's weekend, and we're making some sweets. All right. So for this recipe, you need an oven, and you actually need a blender. So again, the recipe is up at foodtalktv.com, my recipe and everybody's recipes. You can also get it on your favorite Amazon device. You can ask it to open up Food Talk TV. All right, so this is what I have. These may have come from the giveaway box, chickpeas, all right? So you can get these. You may have them in your pantry and wondering what in the world are you supposed to do with them. So I did get the recipe. Let me pull it up here. And the recipe, again, is at foodtalktv.com. So we need a can of chickpeas, drained and rinsed. So let's open these up. So many people use chickpeas. This is the main ingredient of hummus. If you like Mediterranean food, I'm not a huge fan. Oh, is it leaking already? I'm not a huge fan, but if we can kind of recreate blondies, which are like brownies without cocoa powder. It's kind of like white chocolate. Is that really chocolate? I don't know, and neither do you. Come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Fran Diego, for all of the support. We're up to 600 likes. Thank you all so much. So we have our can here of chickpeas. Now you can see it kind of smells like a bean, but she said don't freak out. So I'm not going to freak out. We don't want our dessert to be savory. This is a team sweet recipe, and it's got this like liquid on the top that I'm going to pour out and I'm going to rinse. But I think people use this chickpea liquid for something. I don't know what, but I've heard people say you can use it for something. If anybody knows, let me know. Let me get the strainer. All right. So we're going to pour these in the sink, and then we're just going to rinse them. And I need to get the blender. Come on in, everyone. Okay, so we poured out our chickpea water. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Katie is here. Catherine is here. Thank you. Okay. Y'all, we made it up to 1,500 likes. Thank you so much, everybody. Come on in. Let's see if we can get to 2,000. You can tap that screen if you like sweets. Today is your day. All right, so let me clean off the counter. We had a little bit of a spill, and it looks like she just puts everything inside the food processor. So I have my little struggle blender. Let's get that. All right. So you can do this with a blender or a food processor. Hello, Dylan. Yes, we're making a dessert, and the secret ingredient is chickpeas. I know, y'all. Have we ever made this before? No, but we're gonna give it a try, all right? So she says, put these in. We need a can of rinsed and dried chickpeas. So the chickpeas are gonna be our flour substitute. Plus, it's gonna have protein from the beans. If you're vegetarian, this could be for you for sure. If you're vegan, this could be for you too. All right. I'll make sure you all know the substitutes. Okay. So we have a blender. We have a can of chickpeas rinsed and drained. I'm going to taste one just to see what it tastes like. Doesn't really have a taste. It's kind of starchy like a pea if you like green peas, but it's a little bit lighter flavor. All right. So she says, put the whole thing in there. And then maple syrup, almond butter, and vanilla. All right, so let's get our measurements. And so we have our beans, and then 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. So I do have real maple syrup. So this isn't going to be sugar-free. But the first time I make a recipe, I try to make it exactly like they did. And then afterwards, you can doctor it up. But you could use the chickpeas to hit the crows. I know people sometimes will roast these and make them kind of popcorny. I don't know. I'm not doing all that. So we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. But if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, you could use a maple flavored sugar-free syrup, but we're going to use the real thing. All right, so we have 1/3 of a cup. So this is going to give it the natural sweetener. You could probably also use honey or whatever. So we're adding maple syrup to our chickpeas. Gilchrist says, yes, you use your chickpea water for the hummus and add lemon. Yeah, that's actually, it can be good. Mediterranean food can actually be really good. Not my favorite, but like Greek food, oh, it's so good if you have it authentic. Okay, so now we also need 1/3 of a cup of the nut butter of your choice. So she used almond butter, so I ordered almond butter, and that's what we're gonna put in here. So far, all we have is chickpeas and then maple syrup. All right. So this is what I ordered. So this is the Justin's vanilla. I don't know. The recipe also calls for vanilla. So I got this vanilla flavored almond butter, but you could use regular as well. So let's open this up. We're up to 4,000 likes. Thank you all so much. The website is foodtalktv.com. Trisha, it is FOODTOKTV.com. So food talk like TikTok. All right. Any questions I can answer for you all? Happy to help. Okay. So we also need to get some, you could use almond butter, peanut butter, cashew butter, whatever you like. So this one, this is where I get in trouble. I am a peanut butter fiend. All right. Let's get a spoon and let's put this in here. Our little spatula. I want to give this a taste. Since this is vanilla, I want to see if you actually taste the vanilla or if it just says vanilla. Thank you all so much for being here. You can pop in or out. That's fine. We're up to 4,500 likes. Thank you, everybody. Come on in. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, and we are making protein blondies. What is that? I don't know, and neither do you. So almond butter. It's like peanut butter, but a little drier, a little bit more pasty, maybe because it's less fat. But if you have a peanut allergy, this could be a substitute for you. But don't go out there buying stuff you don't need to buy. If you have peanut butter, just use that. So 1/3 of a cup of the maple syrup, and then same thing, 1/3 of a cup of the almond butter. So I'm going to get a big dollop in here. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making something sweet for your Valentine, your Galentine, yourself, your kids, your neighbor. But in all honesty, if you have a sweet tooth and you like to have something sweet after dinner, this is something that you could meal prep and then portion out. All right, I'll show you all the video when we get to a stopping point. So I think this is pretty good. So we have 1/3 cup of almond butter. All right, so we're gonna add this in there. All right, so let's get all that in there. Wonderful. Y'all know we're greedy, so we got to get it all cleaned up on the sides. And the secret ingredient, she says, are chickpeas. And if this works, if this gives us that brownie experience without flour, we may be onto something. Hi, Pearl. Thank you so much for being here. Amanda says, what are you making? We are making protein blondies. All right, so this is a sweet recipe today. And then we also need vanilla. So far in here, maple syrup, a can of chickpeas drained and rinsed, almond butter, and then how much vanilla? A teaspoon of vanilla. Or you could do any extract that you like. So I just have some Walmart vanilla, but it's the real thing. Come on in, everybody. Hello, Gil Chris. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. Can't ever go wrong with that. All right, and then one other secret ingredient to make this high protein is the protein powder. So for those of y'all that are just coming in, I'll show you the video again. So we are making these blondies. This is the paste that we're gonna make, and then we're gonna top it with chocolate chips and I think some sea salt. So this is the goal. We're making these blondies made with chickpeas, all right? So this is what we're trying to make. We'll see if we get there, I don't know. A can of chickpeas, maple syrup, almond butter, vanilla, and then she blends it for a little bit, and then she adds in the protein powder. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see if we can get a nice little paste going on here. All right, so that's good. I'm excited, y'all. Let's see what happens. Let me scrape down the sides here. You know, we don't want to waste. We want all of that goodness. All right. So come on in, everybody. Tap the screen if you like sweet things. It's Valentine weekend. Will you be my Valentine? I will be yours. All right. Okay. All right. Let me wash my hands. So we're going to blend this and see what kind of consistency that we can get. So you're going to have protein from the chickpeas, and then we're going to add a scoop of protein powder. All right. So let's see if we can get my struggle blender to work. It looks yum, Jeanette. Yes, I think so too. You know, I'm that person that I see these recipes come up on my feed, and then I'm like, ooh, I have some of those ingredients. Let's make it with my struggle equipment. Don't worry, we're going to get it together. Eventually. We're up to 7,000 likes already. Thank you, everybody. What are y'all doing for Valentines or Galentines or nothing at all? This could be a wonderful, I don't know, gone are the days where you can make stuff and give it to your kids for school, especially, you know, with nuts and stuff. You got to be really careful. Hello, Bria's Kitchen. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all. So we are making protein blondies, and this is going to be, there we go, our first run at getting this paste. Okay, so in the blender, chickpeas, maple syrup, vanilla, and almond butter. I'll pull up the video so you all can see. It's looking good. We're getting a paste. I think it looks good. Let's take a look. Thank you so much, everybody. We're up to 8,400 likes. So this was the first pass, and then we're going to add some extra protein to it. So it's kind of smooth. I'm going to scrape down the sides and go one more time. And you know we got to taste it. My mom told me, taste as you go, and don't ever serve anybody anything that you haven't tasted. So we've got chickpeas in here, maple syrup. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing raw. So there's nothing wrong. Let's give it a taste and then we're gonna blend it again because she says it needs to be smooth. All right. Smooth operator. All right. I just want to see how it's coming together and see if it still tastes like chickpeas. No, but there's still a grittiness to it. I'm going to give it another pass, and then we're going to add the protein powder. The syrup and the almond butter really cut the bean taste. If your mom's like mine, she used to sneak vegetables into your food, like putting cauliflower in your mashed potatoes and stuff like that. Hey, Shatavia, thank you so much for being here, my dear. All right. So let's see. I'm looking at hers. Oh, shoot. I forgot to add the baking soda. Y'all, I'm always messing up. Okay, that's fine. We also need baking soda, and I'm going to go ahead and do the dry ingredients now. A 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I do have that. And then a scoop of protein powder. All right, so we just have our regular baking soda. Come on in, everybody. Thank you. We're up to 10,000 likes. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making protein blondies today. So if you have a sweet tooth, but you want something healthier, and I am not a doctor, do not listen to me. So we're adding a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Why? I don't know. Does it make it rise? That's baking powder. I don't know, y'all. I'm a cooker, not a baker. And this is the key ingredient. Chickpeas. All right, garbanzo beans. And then a scoop of vanilla protein powder. Use whatever protein powder you have. I love cooking with protein powder, especially if you're getting tired of drinking it. Maybe you don't like if it's too chalky or whatever. So she puts 1 scoop in there, but I don't know her protein powder. Mine, a serving size is 2 scoops. So we'll do 2. This scooper is a little bit small. So let's get it kind of level. Vanilla protein powder going in. So that's going to be your substitute for the flour. And this one is a vegan. Am I vegan? No. Can you be vegan? Absolutely. But this one is a vegan protein powder because I have to avoid dairy. If you can have milk products, then you can use whatever whey protein powder. But mine is going to be a plant-based. All right. So we're going to blend it up again. Hello, retired chef. Thank you so much for being here. Bria says you sneak in veggies for the little ones. Absolutely. What they don't know won't hurt them. Give them a vegetable. All right, let's blend it again. I may need to scrape down the sides some more. So this is what we're making. Exactly. Chickpeas, maple syrup, almond butter, vanilla, blended, protein powder, and baking soda. Okay. She did it in the same order. All right, let's see how our texture is looking. Then I'm going to turn on the oven. Okay, hold up. It's a little dry. We need to mix this up. I got protein powder sitting on top. Hopefully I didn't mess this up. That's okay. It always comes out good in the end. I'm wondering if I did too much protein powder. And I probably should have saved some of that chickpea water. That's okay. We'll be fine. All right, we're going to turn this on to 350. And I'm just going to scrape down the sides. Yeah, it's still kind of wet in there. And I'm just going to try and get the dry protein powder kind of underneath the paste because we need like a peanut butter brownie batter consistency. So I think we're fine. I just had a lot of protein powder sitting up top. If we need more, I'll just add some extra maple syrup. All right. So let's see if we can give this a blend. And then we're going to put it in we got to stir in the chocolate chips. It's coming together. Come on in, everybody. We're up to 13,000 likes. Thank you. Thank you. You like the red on me? It's my favorite. I got a hot date tonight. So we're going out after I cook for y'all, I'm taking the night off. Mr. President and I will be going out. So if you like my restaurant content, you can stay tuned. We're going out for a very special Valentine's dinner. Okay, I think we got it, y'all. So you can see here, we got it nice and chunky because we like it thick and we like it chunky. All right, so now she says stir in the chocolate chips. So I'm gonna take the blade out and then I'm gonna put the chocolate chips in. And I like this because you're using the blender kind of as your bowl and everything. Hello, Christine. Thank you so much for being here. Bria says, will Mr. President try this dish? Maybe. He's a simple Southern man and he don't like all this stuff I'm trying to do extra. He's like, it don't take all that. I may ask him to try it. However, if you all like the regular stuff, stay tuned because while this is in the oven, I saw something else I want to make for y'all. I am so excited. But no, I'll probably either save this for me or give it away. But honestly, if you eat protein bars, hello, the International Quiet Storm. If y'all are buying your own protein bars, this could be a good substitute for a homemade option without preservatives and all those other ingredients. All right. So now we have our paste. All right. So chickpeas, we have almond butter, maple syrup, baking soda. Babs, we're making protein blondies. Now for the chocolate chips. Okay. So I'll give y'all a choice. I already know how this is going to go. I ordered some chocolate chips. Now, if you can have the Nestle Toll House, have some for me. But I like to get the substitute chocolate chips. So if you want to do like a vegan, like a no dairy option, the darker chocolate is going to have less dairy. So I got the no sugar added dark chocolate. Babs, you love a protein bar? Yes, you can make your own. And then I got semi-sweet. So I'm going to give this, I'm going to give this a taste now that we added the protein powder. But are you all team dark chocolate or are you team semi-sweet? Let me know because we need to fold in 1/3 of chocolate chips inside our Blondie batter. All right. And I'll show y'all the video one more time. Oh, I was going to taste it. All right. So let's see what our dough, and there's nothing raw in here. No egg, no nothing. You want dark chocolate? Okay, Christine. We got to fix that. It tastes good. I'm not going to lie to you all, but it has like a healthy finish. Like it would taste really good. And then you'd be like, there's something in there. And then I would tell you there's vegetables in there and you'd be like, that's what it is. Okay. Dark chocolate. Let's do dark chocolate. So these just came from Walmart. You can get lots of different substitutes. So this one is a 0 sugar chocolate and we need 1/3 cup. Hold the phone on these. I got something else for y'all. Okay. So I got my struggle measuring cup. This is 1/3 here. All right. Let's open this up. And we're going to pour. It's real chocolate. It just doesn't have sugar. I don't know what it's sweetened with, but you can see nut-free, shellfish-free, everything free. It's like free 99. All right. So, oh my gosh, it smells so good, y'all. All right. So let me look at the recipe. Y'all know I'm always messing up. 1/3 cup of chocolate chips. Okay. I just pour until it overflows. And that's what we got. All right. So we're going to fold that in. Can I fold in this or stir it in? Yeah, kind of. And then we're going to put this in a square dish. All right. So if y'all are just coming in, this is a good stopping point. I'm going to show y'all what we're making. We have our Blondie batter. All right. So this is a jazz leaf recipe. And I'll show y'all.
Chocolate chips and sea salt. I promise you've never made blondies like this before. These are my cookie dough protein blondies, and it's loaded with protein and fiber. They stay soft and gooey on the inside, and it's not made with any flour. Don't freak out, but the secret ingredient is chickpeas. So little maple syrup, almond butter, and vanilla extract. You'll blend it until it's super smooth like this. And we'll get another 25 grams of protein by adding 1 scoop of the Fttv vanilla cream protein smoothie. Along with a little baking soda, that's the batter. And we'll add the chocolate chips, fold them in, and pour it into your baking dish. After just 20 minutes in the oven, I top with a few extra chocolate chips and sea salt.
Okay.
I promise you've never made blondies like this.
So that's what we're making, you all. We are making protein blondies. So now we're going to put these in a baking dish. So I have my glass baking dish here, and I have the oven preheating to 350. Y'all are funny. You don't measure your chocolate chips. Measure with your heart. Exactly. We're up to 15,000 likes. Thank you all so much for coming in. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making a Valentine's treat. We are making protein blondies. All right, so I have parchment paper. I fight for my life with parchment paper, but I'm going to try and use my air fryer liner and see if that'll work instead. So I got this, I don't know, the dollar store, Amazon, TikTok, I don't know. But it's kind of square shaped. So let's see. You know what? It fits. It fits today. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of cooking spray on the bottom, and that'll hold your parchment paper in like glue a little bit. Then we're going to put our batter in here. Oh, and honey, there's maple syrup. Yeah, you could do that as well. You could do honey, agave, use whatever substitutes that you have. All right, so I'm just going to spray a little bit. Mom always taught me to spray over the sink. I'm just spraying the dish itself. Then we're going to put the parchment paper down, and when we kind of press it, kind of acts like a glue so it doesn't come out. Then we're going to spray the food side. All right. You make your own protein bars with peanut butter, oats, chocolate chips, roll them up and put them in the fridge. Yeah, absolutely. So many great ways to make things at home. Okay, so now we're going to put our batter in here. And if we have any spots that are lonely with the chocolate chips, we will add some more. And she says after she takes it out, she adds more chocolate chips on top and then flaky sea salt. Now, the only thing with this recipe, y'all, and this is, you see, you watch these reels and it's like, oh, I can make that. And it looks like it takes the 90 seconds that the video is. But if you look up the recipe, you actually need to let this set for like an hour before you cut it. We're not doing that. So I'm going to bake it, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll put it in the fridge or freezer. But I guess since it's not real flour, it needs some time to, I was going to say coagulate, but I don't know if that applies to food. Solidify. Y'all know what I mean. All right, so we got all that out. And okay, so the oven is ready. So it's kind of giving us this really spreadable, easy batter. So we're just going to kind of flatten it out. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're not perfect. And you know, when you mess up and stuff looks homemade, it's kind of rustic. I think it's nice. Jay, oh, thank you so much. Just a little something fancy, you know. Want to look like myself, but not myself. Got a hot date tonight. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's, Galentine. You are loved. I will be your Valentine. Will you be my Valentine? Y'all remember that? Do the kids still even do that? Valentine's cards? Y'all remember? Get the lollipops and, oh, I miss those days. Now one of them is a Marine. Where did the time go? But anyway, focus, Maggie. Okay, so I'm just going to try and get this relatively square. And I'm going to do the, you know, it's not perfect, but I'm just going to try and get it as level as possible. And then I guess we could just bake it. Yeah, I bake it like this because if I put the sea salt on it now, it'll go into the batter, right? We bake it just like this. So she says 20 minutes in the oven. honestly, it really tastes good. It tastes like the inside of a protein bar without the chocolate dunked in. Okay, so our blondies are going in. Let's turn on the oven. And I'm just gonna put this in the middle and do a timer for 20 minutes. Okay. So we're gonna let them cook, and then when they come out, she says she sprinkles more chocolate chips on top, so they'll kind of like melt, and then the flaky sea salt. So in the meantime, I wasn't gonna leave y'all hanging. Something else came up in my feed that I want to show you all. All right. Good evening, Cynthia. Thank you so much for being here. So we have the blondies in the oven. So I am gonna clean up. Ooh, piece of chocolate. Can't waste. So mom says clean as you go, so we are going to clean up, but let me show y'all what we're making next. I am so excited. Ooh, the dark chocolate. Sophisticated. Okay. Focus, Maggie. All right, so this was a jazz leaf recipe. I have made my own substitutions now. We're moving over to, this lady came up in my feed, Well Made by Kylie. All right, so she has this recipe that I want to, let me see. Okay. Let me show you all this one. She doesn't really talk through it, but if you like ASMR, this is for you. Make it bigger. Chocolate chip cookie fries. Have you all seen this? Babs is worried about the balloon. Is it gonna pop? One way to find out, sweetheart. We've had explosions before. So she's making this brown butter. She's pouring the brown butter in a bowl, adding brown sugar and white sugar, getting the sugar dissolved, adding eggs and vanilla, getting it ooey and gooey, then adding flour and folding the flour in. She's making her own cookie dough. So you could scoop these into balls and make chocolate chip cookies, but why be regular when you can be extra? We're gonna press it into a square. We're gonna put chocolate chips on top, put it into a tin.
For like 30 minutes to an hour to chill.
Put it in the fridge. I'm not doing that. And then she's gonna cut it into like strips. And she's gonna bake them like little chocolate chip cookie logs. I don't know how long you bake them for.
I meal prepped this high
Oh my
protein
gosh.
chocolate cottage cheese.
What do y'all think about that? Let me go back and find the video. There it is. All right. So we are going to make that. You like it? We have Cooking with Kylie here. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So let's clean up, and we are going to make these chocolate chip cookie fries. Since we got the oven on, since we got most of the ingredients, but I'm taking a shortcut. Yes, you can brown your butter and do all that, or we can take a shortcut, all right? Because we got plans tonight. So we're going to do some cookie dough, but if you feel like making it from scratch, by all means. Okay, let's just clean off the counter, and then we're gonna start again, and we're gonna use the semi-sweet for these, all right? You love that idea? I know you all. Get the homemade experience. It's still made at home, right? Sounds good? All right. So come on in, everybody. We're cleaning up. We're up to 17,000 likes. Thank you all so much for being here. Exactly. Bria, you heard me say I'm not doing that. What she said is if you make this batter by scratch, when you make the brown butter, it's still going to be warm, and you want to make sure that your cookie batter is solid enough to cut into strips. So she said, I'm going to put it in the fridge for like 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not doing that. We're going to buy our own cookie dough that's already refrigerated so we can skip that step. Awesome. That's what I say. All right. Let's just clean this up. And then we're going to start on number 2. These, Mr. President, will probably have, or I'm going to have to give them to my neighbors. We cannot keep these sweets around the house, all right? So we got the healthy version in the oven for y'all. And then we're gonna make a struggle version. So if you are team sweet, today is your day. We didn't have anything raw, but I just like to cook when it's clean, and then we will continue on. All right, you love that idea? Yeah, and I got the big tub because we're team greedy over here, but I'll show you all. You can also get the logs. The only thing I would avoid, oh, we have some more chocolate chips, but we're not gonna eat that. The only thing I would avoid is, you know, the take and break cookie bars that are already perforated into little balls. I would avoid those because I would be worried that they would separate. But I'll show y'all something else you can do. So we have the Nestle Toll House. So we're gonna skip all that beautiful brown buttering, and I'm gonna use this whole tub, all right? Or if you want a smaller version, I placed a grocery order and I always order extra because I never know what they're not gonna have. You can also get this, the Nestle Toll House, the chocolate chip tube, and then Pillsbury makes the chocolate chip tube as well. But we're gonna go ahead and use the big one, all right? So we can give these away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. All right, so our blondies are doing their thing. All right, so let's pretend we had some really nice Tillamook or Kerrygold butter, and we stirred it and it melted. Then it started to brown and get us those nice little buttery bits. You say yes, Bria? I'm with you. All right, and you can see Nestle Toll House made with real chocolate. We'll go with that. All right, so I'm gonna open this, and this came refrigerated, obviously, but I left it out on the counter just so it's kind of pliable, all right? Hopefully I can still kind of work with it. And I think what I'll do, what am I gonna do? Oh, we need to slice it up. So I need a tray. One second, y'all. We need to get a tray. All right. Let's see if we can do some struggle parchment paper on this so we can cut it into the chocolate chip fries. All right. So I have my parchment paper here. We're going to see if we can so many different techniques. You ball it up and then unball it. And I'll still do a little bit of a spray so it doesn't come up. Y'all are laughing at me. You can eat it raw? Yes. I think this one is safe to eat. Just like homemade. Okay, I don't know. Some of the cookie doughs are safe to eat. Let me check the ones in the fridge. If you're making your own, some people will eat raw eggs. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. Do whatever works for you. But some of them you can spoon it out and eat it raw. Ah! The Pillsbury says safe to eat raw. So the Pillsbury you can. This one doesn't say, but something tells me y'all will figure it out. All right. Okay. Focus, Maggie. So I'm gonna just spray a little bit. Why? I don't know. I'm gonna take the whole tub. All right. I'm gonna get some gloves. Some of y'all are like, use gloves. Some of y'all are like, don't use gloves. Do whatever works for you. But I'm gonna get some gloves because I'm gonna need to like pack it in, and then we're gonna cut it up. All right. Ah, thank you, Adelinda. You like the nails? I try to look nice for you all. Try to represent myself well, represent you all well. I love a good red. So thank you so much. I was well overdue. Don't mess up the nails. Y'all are funny. Forget the cookies, right? Okay. All right. So we got some food safety gloves, or you could probably just use a spatula, but it's fine. Thank you all so much. You heard blondies. Yes, the blondies are in the oven doing their thing. And we are going to take a shortcut and make some cookie fries. When I saw this, I was like, who does that? We do today. Come on in, y'all. We're at 19,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 20,000. Thank you all so much for being here and welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. We are just playing around with another recipe while our original recipe is in the oven. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the whole doggone thing. Okay, so we got it all. Now look, I'm gonna put this in the recycling. Some of y'all or some of your moms, you know, who knows what I'm talking about. Don't waste that container, wash it out. Y'all can use this for leftovers. You all know you have not lived until you have the sadness of seeing a container like this and thinking, ooh, we got cookies. And then you open it up and then what? It's spaghetti. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Cynthia likes the red. Thank you, darling. Okay, so I'm just gonna press this all the way to the side, all right? So again, you could do your own brown butter. Y'all are laughing because you know somebody's mom or somebody's grandma made you use all those containers. Then you got all fancy, went out and started spending money, and you had to get the matching containers with the matching lids. See, when we have stuff like this, it humbles us, right? Flashbacks. Y'all remember how we grew up? Well, some of y'all. I'm 50, okay? I don't know about everybody. Focus, Maggie. All right. So we are just pressing this down. Welcome to another struggle cooking class. We are making chocolate chip cookie fries. Have I ever made these before? No. Has that ever stopped us? No. Exactly. Y'all know you got trust issues because how many times those containers have lied to you. In my family, it was the I can't believe it's not butter or the country crock. Ooh, I'm going to put some butter on this toast. Not today, you won't. Oh my God, these kids, they don't know. They do not know the trauma that we lived through, but it made us who we are. Thank you all so much for being here. Exactly. And then they turn red from the sauce. Oh my God. Y'all understand how many times did these turn red on the inside and you could not get the stain out no matter what you did? Oh my God. And then if you had to like take it to work or school, you had to eat out. I'm telling y'all, you've been there. Hakeem says, how old is your daughter? I don't have daughters. I'm a boy mom. They're 16 and 18. Marcus is a Marine, and Alex is getting ready to graduate from high school. And then he is going to the Air Force. So I am almost, well, you're never really done, but y'all know what I mean. Okay, so this is looking good. It's relatively even. I'm just going to try and smooth it out so it's not all lumpy. Y'all are laughing at me. You're laughing because you can relate. Okay, so if you just came in, I'll show you what we're making because we're taking a struggle shortcut. All right, so this is the recipe. This is from Well Made by Kylie, chocolate chip cookie fries. So this is the goal. Look at that, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So she made these from scratch, brown butter chocolate chip cookie fries. Just take me now. Like, I give up, right? Yes, golden and crunchy and buttery and everything. So if you're making them from scratch, get 2 sticks of butter, cook it down until it melts, and then it starts to brown like that and foamy. Once you get that hot brown butter, pour it in a bowl. We're not doing that. Add some brown sugar and white sugar. We're not doing that either. Add 2 eggs and vanilla, and then mix it all up. All right, so you get your ooey gooey. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Add your flour, and then fold it up. Now you have your cookie batter, add some chocolate chips and mix those in. So we have teleported to that part, all right? Then we're gonna put our cookie dough onto a mat. All right, so she got the square. Oh, she puts more chocolate chips on top, so I gotta do that for y'all. And then she puts it in the fridge to chill. We're not doing that because we got these from the fridge already. All right, then we're gonna use the bench scraper and we're gonna make them into sticks. You surrender, I know, I surrender. Oh. Since we got the oven on, we're gonna cook these until they look weird. And then we're gonna kind of like tighten them up and dunk them in milk and make a fancy plate with some flaky sea salt and fudge. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we just got this out of the fridge because we made our own brown butter batter. All right, so now we're going to cut them into little logs. Now, I really think this would be a great recipe to get the kids involved. You know, because you can make them into any shape that you wanted to. Y'all are laughing. I'm not old. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so we got our bench scraper from the dollar store. All right, I struggle with spatial recognition. Y'all know, like, she made hers all perfect. So I'm just gonna go down the middle. All right, we're just gonna go down the middle. And in all seriousness, honestly, I probably should have left the dough in the refrigerator, but it's okay. So we're just gonna do like little fries. And if you have little ones, they can help with this. Well, maybe not. Maybe you score it for the kids first, because you know, if you give this to the kids, it's gonna be all kind of transformers, and yeah, you already know. All right, so we're gonna try and make these small, and remember, they're going to spread as you cook them. So this could be a great family dessert or treat. Or if you're gifting something, you know, this could be a great neighbor gift or new mom gift. Or if you need portion control, you know, you can make your own cookie fries. And I'm not going to bake all of them. If you noticed in the video, she only baked about 5. Oh, shoot. I forgot. Y'all remember she put extra chocolate chips on top. Okay, I'm going to keep cutting, and then I'll put some extra chocolate chips on top, because you want the chips inside and then you want the chips on top. All right, I think one more. So, all right. So they're kind of diagonal, but look, this is what you got. All right, so now you could use your Nestle Toll House, but we have the semi-sweet, because these chocolate chips, I think, are semi-sweet, something like that. So we're gonna put these on there. Now look, I'm giving you your substitute because these are 0 sugar chocolate chips. I know this is full flavor. You will be okay. All right. So y'all said don't measure, just put it on. You still want to see some of the cookie. All right. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna lightly press with the back of the bench scraper, just so it kind of goes into the dough lightly. All right. Now, in all seriousness, because this is soft, I'm going to put this in the freezer while I get the other tray ready, just for like 2 minutes. All right. So far, so good. All right. Our other ones are down. Oh, 2 minutes. Okay. Let me put this in here. We're going to get our tray ready and the other parchment paper. Somebody's here. Hurry, Maggie. Okay. Focus. And then we're going to bake like about 5 of them. I want to put this in the recycling so bad, but my childhood is like, Maggie, remember, it's still good. Okay. Focus. All right. I'm so excited, y'all. And our blondies are still in there. We're up to 23,000 likes. Thank you all so much. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Cynthia, you're having fun? I'm having fun too. Okay. Focus. So we need a cookie tray, and this is good because the other ones are just about to come out. All right, so we're gonna put some parchment paper on this. Okay. Okay. Wash my hands. So we're gonna put some parchment paper on this. And I'm just gonna look at the video really quick. I think she only cooked like 5 of these, because we're gonna stagger them. So if you're just coming in, this is the goal. Butter, melt it, bubble it, brown it, pour it, brown sugar, white sugar, mix it. Eggs, vanilla, stir it. Flour, fold it, spread it, chocolate chips. Yep. Or fast forward to this portion, you already know. All right, so we put this out, made a rectangle. Our blondies are done, y'all. We put some chocolate chips, pressed them in. She put them in the freezer. Okay, she scored them. We did that. Oh, my oven timer is going to be singing to us. Okay. It looked like 1, 2, 3, 4. She just cooked about 8. Okay. All right, y'all. Focus. Can I show them? No? Okay. Okay, focus. What are we doing? Get the blondies out of the oven. Okay. Hold up. I got all confused and distracted. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Will you be my Valentine? I will be yours. Okay, let's get our blondies out. All right. So it's been 20 minutes. Now here's the thing. We need to go back to the other recipe. Hold the phone, y'all. This is a lot. Okay. Let me show y'all. It looks kind of healthy, but if you remember from the other video, she says she puts flaky sea salt and chocolate chips after it comes out of the oven. So if you're just coming in, hold on. We're going to the first recipe. All right. So this is the original one.
Before. These are my cookie dough protein blondies, and it's loaded with protein and fiber. They stay soft and gooey on the inside, and it's not made with any flour. Don't freak out, but the secret ingredient is chickpeas. A little maple syrup, almond butter, and vanilla extract. We'll blend it until it's super smooth like this. And we'll get another 25 grams of protein by adding 1 scoop of the Fttv vanilla cream protein
powder.
With a little baking soda, that's the batter. And we'll add the chocolate chips, fold them in, and pour it into your baking dish. After just 20 minutes in the oven, I top with a few extra chocolate chips and sea salt.
Okay, a few extra chocolate chips and sea salt. So, okay, I'm thinking because I want to, the recipe says this needs to set for like an hour before you cut it. Who has time for that? So this blondie recipe, we did the dark chocolate, 0 sugar, okay? So I'm just going to put a few on top because the residual heat from the brownies baking will melt those, okay? And then flaky sea salt. I got this from Hawaii, all right? And you want to use a nice flake. Hey, Jenny Jean, you want to use a nice flake so that it'll sit up on top. All right, so we have a flaky sea salt because a little salt brings out the sweetness. Why? I don't know. All right, so we're just going to do a little bit of a flake on here for you. All right, now the recipe says, so this is done. The recipe says let it sit for an hour. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to do something you're not supposed to do. You never should go from like the oven to the freezer, but I want to get it so that I can cut it for y'all. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to put it, I'm not going to put the hot glass in the freezer, but I'm going to transfer. I really need like a square. All right. I know oh, there it is. Oh. Okay. So let's see if I can, careful. Okay, so I moved it to this one, and I'm gonna put this in the freezer, and then we're gonna get the other ones in the oven, and then in a few minutes we'll see if this solidifies enough for me to cut it, because y'all can see it's still really soft. Okay. Oh, perfect. I'm like, wait a minute. We got cookies in there already. Okay, focus. One of these is hot, so let's make sure I don't grab it. I'm gonna move this one away. Now we gotta get our cookie fries in the oven. All right. Okay, perfect. Now, fast forward to the other recipe. I know, this is a lot, okay? That's just how we do over here. You gotta focus with me. So we got a baking tray. We're gonna put a little bit of spray on here and parchment paper. Okay, so we're just gonna put that down. That's fine. And I don't think you need to spray, but I'm going to just because. Okay, so the oven is still on at 350. We had the cookie fries in the freezer just so I could handle them, all right? Thank you all so much. Oh, you like the red? Thank you all so much. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Eve. Happy Valentine's, happy Galentines. Love your mom, love your dad, love your kids, love yourself, love everybody, love your man, all of that. Okay, focus. All right, so now we had a whole mess of these. I'm gonna take these out and see if I can get 8 of them. I'm just gonna put them directly on the counter. And I'm gonna try and get, all right. So we have our cookie fries. And she just did a staggered, like 4 up top, 4 on bottom. And y'all can see I left them out, but in all seriousness, leave them in the fridge. Leave your shortcut cookie dough in the fridge. All right, back to this one. Okay, all right. And you could probably, like, once you get these like cut up, you could probably like freeze these fries. So this is what I have so far. And I'm just gonna do 4 more. Ooh, I almost dropped them. Just gonna go from the side. And then we're gonna put these in the oven. I think kids would love this. This would be great for like a family movie night or anything like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect because they're gonna spread. And then we'll kind of get them back together. Okay. So we're just gonna do these 8. Yummy. So we're gonna put these in the oven and we'll see how long our takeaway container says to cook them for. I know I didn't toss it. Hold up, y'all. Okay, so these, there's a reason I have these. 12 to 13 minutes. Okay, 12 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. All right, so let's do the timer for 12 minutes. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put these back in the fridge. What would y'all do? Would you cook all of them and like give them away or eat them? Or would you like separate them and like, you know, like portion them out? Like I was thinking you could wrap each one in like saran wrap and then have them in like a big Ziploc bag. Then after dinner, if you just wanted 1 or 2 cookie fries, you could put them in the air fryer. Focus. Okay, let's put this in the fridge out of the way. All right, so our cookie fries are doing their thing now. So if you saw her cookie fries, she dunked them in chocolate. As if it wasn't already enough. Look, y'all, she has some fudge here now. If you go to her recipe, she has her page. It has a whole recipe for this fudge, which is like cocoa powder and like melted butter and all that. We're not doing that, all right? We got stuff to do. I got some substitutes for y'all. I'm gonna show you. So we're just gonna get a plate ready. They look divine. I know. I got substitutes for y'all. That's why I'm your substitute teacher. Look, is this good? I don't know, but I found this. Smucker's sugar-free hot fudge. All right, we don't need a lot. We're just gonna put that in a little container so we have our dunking moment. And this was sent to me, Date Lady chocolate syrup. So this is real chocolate syrup, but it's sweetened with dates instead of sugar. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if that's better, but I have some substitutes for you all. So we're gonna go ahead and plate while those are cooking up, and then those will be ready, and then we'll cut our blondies, and then we'll be done. I feel like I need to clean the counter again. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. Come on in, y'all. We're at 31,000 likes. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making sweet treats. Tonight's recipe is for the lovers of chocolate. This is for the lover in you. You'd have to give them away. I know. That's what I was doing. If y'all were with me last week and we did those Super Bowl egg rolls, I called my neighbor and I said, can I bring you some egg rolls? And she tasted them. She was like, these are so good. And y'all know I had that extra filling in wonton wrappers. I gave her the whole thing because out of sight, out of mind. All right. So come on in, everybody. Welcome. This recipe, well, the Blondie's recipe, is on foodtalktv.com or your favorite Amazon device. You can open up Food Talk TV. You'd be greedy. Good idea, right? Okay, so let's see how she plates these. I think she just gets a plate and puts some parchment paper on it, and then she has her cookie fries. Oh, we got to get our milk, and I could do regular milk. I have some almond milk too, so I'll give you all some substitutes. This is going to be so good. I was so excited. All right. You like that idea with the dates? I'll pour out both of them for you all. Oh, you can dip them in hot chocolate. Oh, you would bake them and then freeze them. Oh, and then put it like a biscotti in hot chocolate, hot cocoa. Oh, that would be so good. I just want to look at her presentation. So we're at this stage. Our cookie fries are in the oven. And when she takes them out, so they're going to get kind of weird, but we're going to squeeze them together so they look like fries. We're going to dunk them in milk and plate them with some salt and some. All right, let me just get a plate. The balloon is still doing okay. All right. So let's get some parchment paper. Okay. 7 minutes on the fries. 7 minutes on fries. Pick it up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Focus, Maggie. So let's get our hot chocolate, our dunking chocolate. Okay. So I have two options for y'all. We're going to try both. Let me get a little dunker. Oh, there it is. So we'll pour both for the presentation. So we're going to start with the Smucker's. This is sugar-free hot fudge. All right. Or if you can have regular fudge, have some for me. All right. All right. Let me just get a little spoon. There's already chocolate chips inside. You might need to like microwave this, but I'll get. Yeah, we might need to like microwave that. Let's try it. Sugar-free. It's trouble. All of it is trouble. Thank you, Revaluation, for the gifts. We're up to 32,000 likes, y'all. Let's see if we can get to 35,000. Let's try the sugar-free. It's really good. Wow. It tastes like real hot fudge if you cut it with chocolate pudding. You know how chocolate pudding is a little bit lighter? It's still sweet, but it doesn't have the thickness. It tastes like 3/4 hot fudge and 1/4 chocolate pudding, but it's still good. All right, so that's option number one. And maybe I'll like microwave it for like 10 seconds just to get it dunkable. All right, so that's this one. You can put it on ice cream, put it on anything. Oh, hello, Erin Laura. Come on in, my dear. Welcome, everybody. You're never late. You're right on time. We are making, what are we making? We're making cookie fries and blondies. All right, now this is our chocolate syrup made with dates, so gluten-free and vegan. if that matters at this point. This one seems like it's going to be a little bit more pourable. I don't want to waste, but I'll microwave them. And I'll taste that one for you. You might not need to microwave them once you put that hot cookie in there. Okay. 5 minutes on the cookies. This one is chocolate syrup sweetened with dates. Wow. Ooh. It has like, it tastes like chocolate syrup, but it has a fruitiness to it. If you like chocolate covered strawberries, it tastes like chocolate covered strawberry syrup. So it has a fruitiness to it. Really, really good. Or just regular hot fudge. Okay, so we have that ready to go. We need our milk. We need our milk. We need our milk. Ah! Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is too much. Oh my gosh, y'all see the cookies in there? What are you making? A mess, a whole hot mess. We need milk. I'll come to the video in a minute. Hold the phone. All right. So, of course, I got almond milk. And for you all that can have dairy, I got regular milk for you too. Hold on, I'm coming. Let me get it from the other fridge. Here it comes. I found it. I have another fridge in the garage when I'm cooking for, people who can eat regular stuff. So we have regular milk, 2% milk. I love it. It just doesn't love me back, but we got to dunk it. All right. So we have some regular milk and then some almond milk. I always go unsweet. You can only have nut milk too. I know, y'all. I love milk. It just doesn't love me back. I get very congested, like I have a cold if I have too much dairy. So I have to watch out for that. But we love everybody here. I am not the food police. Do what works for you. All right. So we have our milk ready to dunk. All right. I'll show you all the video again. We got 3 minutes on cookies. I'm so excited. I should not be this excited about snacks. It's a problem. Okay. Because we are ready to plate. So what we're about to make first, these are the chocolate chip cookie fries. So when they come out, we probably should let them cool. Ugh. See, they don't show you all that on the reel, but we have some fudge to dunk it in. Oh yeah, you know you want some. I have a feeling mine might not be dunkable if they're still hot. But anyway, if you're making it from scratch, get some butter, melt the butter, brown the butter. Fairlife is good milk. Yeah, I used to work for Coke. It is good milk. All right, pour the butter, add the brown sugar, add the white sugar, and mix it. Add some eggs and vanilla and stir it. Oh yeah, I know. We got to be careful with our dairy. Then fold in the flour. If you're making this from scratch, then you have your cookie batter with your chocolate chips. Oh my goodness. Let me know if you're not able to put links. Yeah, put links. I need to fix all that. StreamYard did an upgrade. All right. So then you press it out and she chilled it in the fridge. We skipped that step. If you know, you know. And then you're going to cut them into little fry fingers. Okay. So we took 8 of them and we put them in the oven. And then we're going to bake them. And then when they come out, we need to kind of put them back together, and they probably need to cool. And then you can dunk them and then put them on a plate with some flaky sea salt. So that is the goal for recipe number 1. All right. So we have our 2 milks, regular milk, almond milk. We have our 2 hot fudges. This one is, should I microwave this? I don't know. It looks like a little guac. All right. 60 seconds, y'all. Looks good. Yeah, Fairlife. Absolutely. It's good milk. If you can have it, yeah, they make good products. And then once those come out, I think I'll just kind of pinch them together. Let me get the little tongs and then we will let them cool for just a second. And then we'll get our blondies out and see if we can try one of those. All right. Come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. We're at 34,000 likes, almost at 35,000. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. You are watching Food Talk TV. We are making sweets. Today is a chocolate lovers recipe. So if you're team savory, come back. I'm with you all Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. But it's Valentine's weekend. And so we're making some sweets that you can eat yourself, you can give away, you can do whatever you like. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's take these out. Oh my gosh, y'all, they look like, I don't even know how to describe it. All right, let's see if I can pinch them together. I think my cookie fries look like cookie potato wedges. Okay, so let's move the plate. Let's move this here. And in the video, while they're still kind of soft, ooh, she pinches them together. Oh my gosh, it's working, y'all. Y'all see what I'm doing? Oh my gosh, and they get these nice little ridges. Hold up, we're doing something, y'all. We're doing something, look. Go Maggie, go Maggie, go Maggie, go Maggie. So happy. Okay, focus, focus. All right, just kind of pinch them in while they're soft. It's coming together. I'm so excited. I was worried, y'all. I was worried. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. They are just ready. And look at it. Get into the groove, boy. You got to move. Look at that. We got them ridges in there. Okay, focus. Get the rest of them. Just squeeze them together with some tongs, and they move real easy on the parchment paper. So if they're kind of a little bit together, get in there before they set. Like this one right here. And just pinch them together. And they just take the shape of your little tongs. I am so proud of myself. I am so excited. I know, y'all, look. I didn't think it was gonna move. Oh my gosh, y'all. And then look, this big mama jamma over here. I got something for you. Look at that. Look at that. We got you right there. Got one. Okay. So now we got 8 fries. I think they look good. Y'all think they look good? I don't want to pinch them too much and make them break. I think I'm going to stop there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them off of the, what is this called? The hot tray. And I'm just going to move it onto the counter so they can cool. Do I have a rack? This is too much. This is why I don't bake. Do I have a rack somewhere? Hold up, y'all. I think I have a rack somewhere. Oh. You know what? I thought. Okay. Look, at this point, I'm just going to move them onto the granite like this. Whew. Okay, we got it. So this is hot. Move this over here. Okay. So these are done. I'm just going to move them over to the side so they can kind of solidify, and then I'll plate them. Now, we're going to go over to recipe number 1, the reason why y'all are here. I don't know why y'all are here. I don't know why y'all keep coming back, all right? This is always a struggle cooking class, but it's okay. Let's go get the blondies out. I know, they look good. Okay, focus. Let's get the blondies out and see if they are cuttable, okay? Now look, this was the first recipe that we made. Now this one is the protein blondies. Hold up. If you're gonna make these are the Jazz Leaf protein blondies. We made these with, I'll show you. Focus and pay attention, all right? Chickpeas, rinse them, drain them, maple syrup, almond butter, vanilla, blend it. Get it pasty like this. Add in protein powder and baking soda. No eggs, no flour, no nothing. Add chocolate chips. Put it in a pan. Spread it out. Bake it. Add more chocolate chips and flaky sea salt. And then they don't show you, but this needs to like set for an hour. But I'm not doing that. So I put them in the oven. I put them in the freezer. We're going to get them out of the freezer and see if we can cut. Then we'll come back to this one. All right. So are you team healthy? Are you team chickpea? Or are you team, girl, give me them chocolate chip cookies. Ain't nobody eating no chickpeas. Okay, focus, Maggie. All right, we're gonna take this out. Are we? Let me cut it in here first. No, let me take it out. All right, so this is cold. It's fine. We'll just put it here. All right. So we're just gonna spread this and we're gonna make our homemade protein bars. So you can see they are a little bit more solid as a rock. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, sorry, I just had to get that out. Okay, focus. Now, if I had more time, remember, they're supposed to be, are you supposed to clean this between cuts? I think I read that, I heard that somewhere. So it cuts really clean. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I just figured this out with y'all on the internet. All right. So we made our own healthy blondies. All right. So I'm going to take a picture just like this. And then I'm going to taste this broken one over here. Y'all are laughing at me. Y'all already know. Y'all, I am looking at those craggly chocolate chip cookies. It is Valentine's weekend and the calories do not count today. I've been saying that for a year. How long have we been struggling over here? Okay, take a picture. Take a picture. So let me show y'all so you can see. No, I don't want to mess it up. Let me get my picture first. So this is the goal. Should I take a picture next to the real ones? Okay. All right, y'all. Whew, we got dinner reservations. I need to hurry up over here talking to y'all. Okay. So we have a healthy option and then we have a giveaway option. Let's take a video. All right. So these are the Jazz Leaf Healthy Protein Blondies made with chickpeas, almond butter, vanilla, chocolate chips, flaky sea salt, and maple syrup. Enjoy. All right, so we got those. Let me take a bite. I'm gonna go over here on the corner to see if I can, I don't wanna get it in the milk. See if I can get a nice little cross section. None of it counts, let's try. Okay, hold up. It is good. But like I said, it has a healthy finish. But honestly, y'all, if you're eating really clean, if you've been buying protein bars, you can make them yourself. These are still very soft, but you can see, thank you all for all of the love. It's got the flaky sea salt. They're still kind of soft. I'm going to put these back in the fridge. You know how you eat, how can I describe it? You know how you eat cauliflower crust pizza and it's good. And then like when it finishes, you kind of have that, there's something in there that's healthy. And it's like, oh, it's cauliflower crust. And then you're like, oh, okay, it's not bad, but it's not like a brownie that's just like smooth. It's got like a little grit to it, a little healthiness to it. But yeah, I would give it, honestly, I would give it a 7 out of 10. They're still kind of soft for me. But if you got a can of chickpeas lying around the house, let me put these on a plate. If you got, I'm stepping on chocolate chips. If you have a can of, oh, turn it on the stove, hold up. If you got a can of chickpeas lying around the house, if you're spending $2 per protein bar, honestly, this is an excellent substitute for that, all right? So these are our blondies. Now, what you really want to know. Yes, from chickpeas, all right? So honestly, It's good. If it's this or nothing, you would eat this. You would just know that it's healthy. All right. So 7 out of 10. Chickpeas, not bad. Now, you know what you want. You know why you're here. Wait a minute. Y'all, those are growing on me. You can overdo it with healthy stuff. All right, turn off the oven. Da-na-na-na-na. My funny Valentine. Sweet chocolate Valentine. Okay, focus. Ah, I'm so excited. Hold on a second, I'm so excited. Okay, now, all right, so we're gonna plate these up. We're gonna dip and we're gonna dunk. We're gonna dip and we're gonna dunk. And then we're gonna give them away because we about to do some damage. All right, so the real homemade chocolate chunk cookies. So let me go over to the other recipe. So she just kind of put these down. It almost broke. We're gonna put our chocolate syrup. Oh my God. Yo, I'm so happy. Okay. Look at this big mama jamma. We're gonna do some flaky. Why am I here with y'all? Okay. Oh, okay. Focus, Maggie. Flaky sea salt. Oh my God. Okay. Focus. Look, I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Find me on. Y'all, I'm getting in trouble. Okay, focus. Flaky sea salt. And some milk. All right, so we're gonna take one. I would have probably put the flaky sea salt on them while they are warm because it just kind of fell off. I'm getting the, yes, he did. All right, so let's take a bite. Well, let's take a, the things I do for y'all. All right, let's take a bite. Oh my God. Buttery, crunchy. I'm so confused right now. All right. Regular milk. The things I do for y'all. I'm only double dipping because I'm at home. Almond milk? Yeah, almond milk. Hold up. We lost it. Hold on. We lost the cookie. Oh no. We lost the cookie. Lost the cookie in the almond milk. Lost the cookie in the almond milk. These gotta go. Okay. I'm gonna do the dunk for y'all, and then we're done. Find me online, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. I make food and femininity content. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. I hope you are loved. Will you be my Valentine? I will be yours. I'm done. I'm done. I got nothing else to say. All right. Well, on that note, let me get myself together. If you like my restaurant content, stay tuned. Happy Valentine's Day from my family to yours. All right. Y'all had fun. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad you like. I'm going viral for other reasons right now. I make food and femininity content, but stay tuned. We'll be clipping it up. All right. Thank you, everybody. We made it to 41,000 likes. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much, TikTok. See you all next week. I usually come through for all the comments, y'all, but I'm not getting in trouble. Not today. Bye, everybody.